Yo, 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 people and patrons of the night. It is your boy, BD. We are once again back at the Horror Tavern to explore the limitless cavern of the horror genre. Make sure that you take a seat, you grab a drink, because we're going to be once again diving back into horror movies. And this is a modern horror movie, came out last year. I was a little apprehensive about the movie, but now that I've watched enough movies, I thought, you know what, this might be a fun time. So I decided to pick it up and watch it, and that is Renfield 2023. Renfield 2023 is a horror comedy that spoofs off of Dracula 1931. You obviously, as the name of the movie says, you got Renfield, you got Dracula. Renfield is played by Nicholas Hoult, which a lot of you guys may know from X-Men. He played Beast from X-Men, I think. He's good in this movie. He does a good job. He plays his role fairly well. And then you got the big name, which is Nicolas Cage. I call my boy Nick Cage, all right? Sound more like Luke Cage. I call him Nick Cage. Me and him are cool. If he hears me say that, he might beat my ass. He's a psychopath. But Nick Cage is in this movie. Nicholas, for all of you formal people out there. He's an iconic man. He's in so much iconic stuff. And he plays Dracula here. And you don't think that he would play a good Dracula, but he plays a great Dracula. Nicolas Cage is actually the best part about this movie. He does a fantastic job in his role, easily the star shiner. And then you got Awkwafina. Oh. You got Awkwafina acting. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh. If that bitch is acting, I look like Leonardo DiCaprio. If that bitch is acting, I look like Shawn Mendes. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do me like that, man. Come on, man. Don't play with me now. You call that acting? Her acting is as good as this Pepsi Peach. Spoiler alert, it's ass. No offense to Awkwafina as a person. You get your money, girl. You do what you gotta do, but you gotta stop acting, bro. You stick to rapping or whatever the hell you do. I don't know what the fuck you do. I think you're a rapper. I haven't heard none of your music. I don't really plan to, but she plays the same damn character in every single movie. Any movie that I see her playing is like, she's always the same person. She never plays anybody but the smoker Asian lady. The Asian lady sounds like smoker, is hip, always does that fucking... That's what she sounds like. Sounds like, if you think I'm impersonating a Rottweiler, no, I'm impersonating Awkwafina. Try again, bitch. You lose the game show. Oh, man. Yeah, Awkwafina is in this movie, so I'm gonna leave it at. The plot of this movie is basically about the focus of Renfield, obviously the apprentice to Dracula, the sidekick of Dracula. A lot of you guys know the original Dracula story from 1931. A really cool thing about this movie is it actually takes the scenes from 1931 Dracula and it actually redoes them in the same type of style and format of the black and white movie, except with Nicholas Hoult as Renfield and Nicolas Cage as Dracula. Nick and Dracula. They're both, get replaced in those scenes, which is really cool. I like the fact that they took the 1931 movie, put them in there. That's a cool little nod. And you got the perspective of Renfield, where now it's been like many, many years. It's now in the modern age. It's been, 90 years since Dracula, whatever the movie came out. I don't know what time, place Dracula took. Maybe like the 1600s or whatever. I don't know the time period, but it's been many, many decades, well, many, many centuries after that. And obviously Renfield, immortal, he gets his powers off of eating insects. Dracula gets his powers off of blood, and Renfield gets his power off of eating bugs. And Renfield in this movie, you get to see that he's actually going to like this, was like an AA meeting, like a therapeutic session where people are talking about their problems. They're talking about toxic relationships. And as the movie goes on, Renfield basically finds out or discovers within himself that he's in a toxic relationship with Dracula. Dracula obviously has him as a slave. Dracula uses him to kill people and do bad things and get food for him, basically mistreats him. And Renfield starts realizing that I used to be a human. I was a lawyer, I had a wife and daughter. I lost them, a while ago. I haven't had a normal life since then, and I deserve a normal life. And he keeps seeing normal humans living their life, enjoying themselves, and he gets jealous, he gets envious, and you do feel bad. Nicholas Hoult does a good job acting. You feel bad for Renfield. He does go through a lot of shit. He plays that awkward hero very well. Nicholas Hoult has got that thing where he's charming despite his awkwardness. His awkwardness actually plays into his charm. He's a sympathetic, genuine, innocent guy. Even though he does kill people, whoop ass, and serve Dracula, he doesn't really want to do it. He was put into this position. And Nicolas Cage playing Dracula, he plays the perfect asshole. He plays a charismatic, threatening asshole. He's got that very suave, over-the-top persona of Dracula. He's got the look of Dracula really well. Nicolas Cage looks damn good as Dracula. He looks a lot like Bela Lugosi's Dracula. They look pretty similar in their looks. And yeah, overall, you just get this sort of exploration as to the toxic relationship that Renfield and Dracula have. Meanwhile, you have Awkwafina playing a police officer in the local police force whose father actually died from a local mafia group. This mafia group has pretty much bought out a bunch of different police and people in the city, and therefore they basically run this city, and he got killed trying to defend what he believed in. So she's very angry at the world. She's very angry at the police force for being lazy. So she's always trying to be this rambunctious, rebellious cop that's, whooping ass and taking names, or at least trying to take names. And you can tell that the rest of the police force is corrupt. They're all on this mafia's payroll. There's a guy who plays the son of the mafia, the main son, who's basically inheriting the business from his mother. And it's his name is, I think, Teddy Lobo. Teddy. He's played by Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz, another guy who plays a very funny, lovable asshole. I like Ben Schwartz in this movie. I don't think I've seen him in any other role. I've seen him here. He does a good job. I like the way he plays Teddy. So Teddy's the sort of son, and Awkwafina's character is basically trying to kind of take down Teddy, kind of, arrest him. But again, everyone's on the payroll. They keep bailing him out. The mafia keeps getting away with stuff. And the mother of the mafia, the mother of Teddy, doesn't take him seriously and thinks he's a disgrace to the family business, because the reason why their mafia has been so successful is not because they have the most money, not because they have the most men or women. It's because they're the most violent. And she thinks that her son is a softie. He doesn't actually push the name out there enough. So he decides he's going to get revenge on the police officer by killing Awkwafina and a few other cops, or at least threatening her and humiliating her the same way they did her father. But what happens is that one night when they end up getting led to this bar, because there's a bar that Renfield always goes to, he ended up actually beating up some goons that were stealing drugs from Teddy, because one of the women at the it's not AA, but the therapy sessions that he goes to, one of the women dated a guy. He goes to beat him up. Turns out that guy actually stole drugs from this mafia group. And now the mafia group coming to threaten the police. Awkwafina coming to find the culprit of where the blood was at the crime of the scene. And Renfield just hanging out, all meet in one place. And it turns into a giant fight scene. And as the movie continues, it's the mafia versus Renfield. And then the mafia goes to Dracula, teams up with Dracula because Dracula is sick of Renfield basically trying to be human and trying to abandon him. He thinks that Renfield is a slave. He owes it to him. He can't leave him. And then Awkwafina and Renfield team up because they have a love interest with each other. A lot of complicated ass moving parts to this movie. It makes more sense when you watch it, but when you're explaining it, it just sounds sort of convoluted and all over the place, which it can be at points. This movie overall, I would give a 7 out of 10. I think it's a decent movie. It's got some fun parts to it, some things I like. Some things I like about the movie. Again, I like Nicholas Hoult. He plays that charming, awkward guy. The character you sort of root for, but he's shy and he doesn't want to be in the situation he's in, but he has to get out of it. That sort of trope. Nicolas Cage is a fantastic Dracula. He's great in this role. I love the comedic aspects of Nicolas Cage. I like his over-the-top presence. I like the way he looks like Bela Lugosi's Dracula and all this stuff. I like the main mafia. I like the mafia group. I like the mother in the mafia group. I like Ben Schwartz playing Teddy. They do a good job playing a standard mafia. And the good thing about this movie is it's got good fight scenes. The fight scenes with Renfield, the fight scenes with Dracula, Dracula turning into bats, Dracula using his powers of turning into smoke and fighting people using super strength, super speed. That's all very cool. I like all the fight scenes in the movie. I think it's well choreographed, especially for a horror action movie. And yeah, those are some of the parts I like about it. There are a few parts that made me laugh, just out of how awkward they are, or just how cringy they are, or sometimes they're genuinely funny, like between Renfield and Dracula. Honestly, there needs to be more of Dracula and Renfield. I think their dynamic between each other, the buddy cop thing, goes like much more well with each other than some of the other stuff in the movie. And you could have just had them fighting off the mafia or whatever it'd be. Not my gripes with the movie. Again, the plot's a little all over the place. It's a little convoluted. I know it's kind of meant to be. It's in that sort of jump cut, very fast, oh my god, on the nose, boom, 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 bam, kind of plot that all, kind of just pieces together. And again, it's more coherent, but it just feels a little bit more randomly sewn together at certain points. Awkwafina sucks. I cannot stand Awkwafina in movies. I've seen her in Shang-Chi. I've seen her in this movie. I've seen her in like a few other roles. I never like Awkwafina as an actor. I haven't listened to her music, so I can't judge off that. She plays the same damn role every time. The Asian lady who's meant to be funny, meant to be... And then she sounds like a damn smoker. That's all it is. That's every single role she plays is exactly like that. And I don't think she needs to be in this movie. There's a solid 40% of this movie or more that's dedicated to just Awkwafina and her drama with her police officer dad and her sister, who's in the FBI in the same building as her, and her trying to be this big cop. I don't give a fuck. All right, let me take a swig to that. I don't give a fuck about you and your family drama and your aspirations in the police. And you as an actor. Damn, this shit tastes ass. Reminds me of your acting. I cannot stand the fact that so much of the movie is dedicated to, oh my god, Awkwafina, strong woman role. It's about Dracula and Renfield. The movie's about Dracula and Renfield. Why the fuck is there so much focus on Awkwafina? I don't give a fuck if you want that strong woman lead. I don't give a fuck if you want that, oh my god, people's hero, Awkwafina, the one you don't think is an action hero, but she's actually an action hero. And for some reason, Awkwafina is the best police officer ever. Apparently, she can shoot people like fucking John Wick, even though she's an average fucking cop. How the fuck do you beat ass and beat like 15 guys up and shoot like 15 guys up that have ARs aimed at you? Whatever. There shouldn't be so much focus on Awkwafina because it's fucking Dracula and Renfield. Give me more of that. Do you think I give a fuck about a lead police officer, Awkwafina, in a Dracula and Renfield movie? You could do any other sitcom. You could do any other comedy. You could do any other movie. Why the fuck are you focusing on that? I want more Dracula, more Renfield. I want more Nicolas Cage and more Nicholas Hoult. Why the fuck is there so much Awkwafina focus? There's literally a bunch of scenes where Dracula and Renfield are not even in it. Who gives a fuck? Unless it's Van Helsing, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. You can do a modern spoof without it needing to focus on these random ass side characters nobody gives a fuck about. Honestly. I don't think I've met anybody who's reviewed or seen this movie who's like, I love Awkwafina. Oh my god, she's great. Unless there's some fucking, I don't know, Awkwafina fangirl. They buy all of her albums and shit and blast that. Or they fucking watch Crazy Rich Asians every single 50 times a year. I don't know. Listen, man. And it's coming from an Asian. I can talk shit. I'm fucking Asian. Okay, I'm Indian. India's an Asia, bitch. Listen, man. Renfield and Dracula. Come on, man. I need more of them. There should have been more of them in the movie. I don't get the Awkwafina focus because it's the same thing like when you go and watch a Godzilla vs. Kong movie. The first Godzilla vs. Kong movie was good, and all the Godzilla vs. Kong scenes, amazing. And then you got fucking random focus on that stupid conspiracy podcast with that dude from Deadpool 2, I think, is in it. I don't know if he's in it. I think that dude. And fucking Millie Bobby Brown. I don't give a fuck about Millie Bobby Brown. You go back to Drake's penthouse, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you. Get the fuck out of my Godzilla and Kong movie. Go back to Stranger Things. Go back to Drake's penthouse, wink wink, and keep out of my fucking Godzilla versus Kong action. I want Godzilla versus Kong. You keep that shit to Godzilla versus Kong. Stop introducing useless fucking human characters that nobody gives a fuck about. And they're not well-written human characters. They're not, oh my god, fucking Oscar-winning award human characters. No, they're not. They're fucking... They're fucking basic fucking characters, bro. That's what this is the sign of when a writer goes into a room and they write the most cookie cutter ass character ever and make them the lead role as if they think that's gonna carry the movie. Guys, there's this cop, but this cop goes, hear me out, guys. He goes, close that door, Pete. I don't want anyone listening to this shit. This shit is a gold mine. Close the door. They got wires up there. Nah, okay, we good. The cop says, fuck the system. The cop goes, fuck 5-0. The cop goes, your ass is grass. Kevin Hart pose. How you like it? The most cookie cutter generic characters some of these Hollywood producers be fucking hyping up. You can't make him the lead role. Dracula and Renfield are the compelling ones. Dracula is a malevolent figure. A malevolent figure. A powerful deity played by the amazing and awkward Nicolas Cage. Who the fuck would have thought he played Dracula? I didn't, but he did great. Nicholas Hoult, sympathetic main character. He's dealing with the toxic relationship between him and Dracula. And it's funny. And it's well thought out. And it's planned. Good. Who the fuck asked for Aquafina? I'm sorry that this whole video is me roasting that. But you gotta understand, 40% of the movie is that. So it feels like, why do you waste our time with that? And instead just make me stick to it. And another thing is that there's a lot of CGI blood. There's a lot of CGI blood. Now, I like practical effects. I like practical blood. I like practical blood that's CGI enhanced. I like gore that's either practical effects or practical CGI enhanced. But strictly CGI blood, only Marvel with that type of budget can pull that shit off. Because this one, it looks like fucking paint. It looks like paint. It looks like effects you would see in a YouTube short horror film or a YouTube skit. Again, I say that because YouTubers usually have much less budgets than a movie, which has a $26 million budget. That idea alone, that the blood looks like paint, that's a minor complaint. I didn't notice that throughout the movie. But I think the plot's all over the place. And you had, again, the Godzilla versus Kong syndrome. The movie's called Renfield. You know the movie is promoting Renfield and Dracula, but then you insert this side character in there that takes up so much screen time that you're like, you're the most basic fucking thing on earth. And, oh, I forgot. Not only is the character like, fuck 5-0, fuck the police, fuck the system, fuck the system, it ain't lit. But also, they're played by Seth Rogen. Guys, Seth Rogen is gonna play. Go fuck yourself, bitch. I don't want to see that shit. Show me the goods. I came to a strip bar. Why the fuck are you telling me your life story? I came to the strip club. Show me that ass. Show me them titties. Show me them bahonka honkas, them hubba bubbas. Show me them donker honkers. Show me that poom poom punani. Show me that lip service. Don't show me your fucking high school diploma. I didn't come here for that shit. I didn't come here for your diploma. I didn't come here for your women's rights speech. I didn't come here for your knitting service. I didn't come here for how many years you've been working in IT. I came here for the fact of your titties and ass. And Dracula is titties and ass in a strip bar that showed me their high school diploma. And that's my Renfield 2023 review. Hope you guys enjoyed. 7 out of 10. a decent movie. It's fine. It's a fun enough time if you turn off your brain, but it's got problems, and I'm not going to deny those problems. And that's all I have for today. Shout out to Nicolas Cage, shout out to Nicholas Holt, and shout out to Ben Schwartz. And the other one, 7 out of 10. If you guys enjoyed, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that like button as well. It's free. Lets me know you guys support the channel. Gets you guys interacting with it. And also it pushes my videos up the algorithm. So this content goes out there for you guys. Lets you guys enjoy it. Feel like you're talking to a friend. And let me know down below. Have you seen this movie? What do you think about it? Did you like it? Do you not like it? Do you disagree with me? Or do you fully agree with me? Let me know down below. And stay tuned for more content to come. Stay cool. Stay classy. Stay dripped up. Stay happy. Go enjoy the outside. But avoid those cicadas. And stay tuned for next time. Deuces. I need Aquafina right now. My throat is dry, but I gotta torture myself with this Pepsi Peach. Someone's gotta finish it. Same way I had to finish this movie.